It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Yeah, Dave Rodman with NASCAR.com. Guys, I apologize for having a multi-party here. I'll ask it all. If I need to repeat, I will. First, for Martin, you know, as the reality of not having Bono and Gary with you, you're midway through that. How has it set in? How are you dealing with it communication-wise, and what kind of adjustment has it been? And then for Max and John, how much did Mark Barton's leaving, did that free up resources to enable this to happen? And then getting this linchpin in place is key, but could you fill us in on what's going on with the other programs looking ahead to 2009, please?
It's been different without Bono and Gary, for sure. You know, obviously, you know, since the first time I ever sat in a race car at DEI, he's been my crew chief. He's been that guy in my ear that I've been just talking to, and it's been difficult without him. Definitely, it really reminds me of just how good he is, how good our relationship is, how good our communication is, and how easy we can get through a weekend, no matter what's thrown at us. So at the same time, Mike Ricci's done a really good job of coming in, you know, keeping the troops rallied, keeping things flowing. But we haven't been able to do what me and Bono can do, because we've been together for so long and we know each other. And you know, last week was a really tough situation because Pocono, we didn't get any practice. We unloaded in qualifying trim and we were really fast, and then so we just kind of went in the race blind. So we didn't get the results we were looking for, but he's done a really good job coming in and keeping the team together. You know, keeping the guys pumped up, getting all their jobs done, and with that, everybody on the team has stepped up to do the next guy's job, and they've done a good job. You know, they're as small as it sounds, they're through tech on time. You know, the cars are prepared right, everything's getting done the way it needs to. It sounds small, but it's a big deal, and so that's went well, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. And continuing that relationship with Gricci. I don't really think he's had a fair shot at doing a whole weekend yet with the practice in the rain and the stuff at Indy, so with the tires. But looking forward to this weekend working with him. But I've been counting down the days to Richmond so I can get Bono and Gary back.
Go ahead, Max. You want to say something?
I'll let John talk about the future, but I'll say that Mark Martin has been and continues to be a tremendous asset to our organization. He worked very closely with us when we wanted to focus on the long-term future of the company and develop our younger drivers. Eric Amarello, we all felt was ready to run a full season. And we talked about doing what was in everybody's best interest. We want 4 cars and 1 team, and we want to put points on the board and win the respect of the people from what we're doing on the track and not what we say. And Mark was very helpful in helping us map out where we're going in the future.
John?
And then as far as our 2009 program, obviously our goals have not changed. 4 cars is the objective for next year, certainly the 1 with Martin, the 15 with Paul Menard, the 8 with Eric Almirola and Regan Smith, and the 01. We are still working to round out sponsorship on the 01 car, and the goal remains to run all 4 teams next year.
Monty Dutton, Gaston Gazette. There are a lot of times when I sit in press conferences like this and sort of like a guy gets pretty angry and says, I don't know where y'all are getting all this stuff, and I actually look around and I think to myself, I don't actually know anyone in here who did. Now, I probably have some idea, but when you said a while ago that DEI was criticized for all the wrong reasons, well, what are the wrong reasons and what are the right reasons?
Well, I think they get criticized a lot for, you know, the way the wind blows sometimes, it seems like. It just, I don't know what it is. You know, if we run 10th, it's not good enough. You know, obviously we need to win a championship. We haven't done that. You know, I don't know. It's just, it's always a bad story. It's never a good one. You know, even if we do good, there's always the negative side of it. So, you know, like I said, we just need to perform on the racetrack, and the rest take care of itself.
Okay, we're going to go Lee and Pockrass, and then we'll see where we are, and then Utter. Go ahead.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Martin, people don't put enough, I guess, responsibility on the relationship that you have with Bono from the standpoint of there's a comfort level there where if you had to make that change, how dramatic would that have been? And you just have so much faith in Bono, and he in turn with you. I mean, did you really want to even think about, consider starting all over again from scratch?
It's hard to think about that. You know, I don't know what I would do without him. You know, like I said, since I've been a driver for a living, he's the only guy I've worked with. You know, when I think about Tony Stewart and Greg Zipadelli, what they've done over 10 years, I think it's going to be difficult for him. You know, not having him on his side, it's going to be a big change. You know, whether it's good or not, I don't know. You know, I guess he'll find out, and we will too. But I'm not sure I was ready for that yet. You know, there's still a lot that we need to accomplish together, I feel like. You know, I think he's still getting better as a crew chief, and you know, I look forward to working with him for a long time. It's hard to think about change sometimes, but you know, I wasn't ready for it.
We'll take two more questions. Pakras Utter, go.
Martin, did any of the other openings out there pique your interest the most, and kind of made this process a little bit longer than you had wanted it to be?
No, I think the things that made this process longer were things that I was trying to get straight with DEI, things that we were talking about. You know, we'd worked hard, as Max said, going through talking about things that we needed to change, things we needed to get better. You know, would we be able to do these things? What is it going to take? And we really just had to go through all that, and I had to, you know, really trust them and believe in them, and you know, we need to make these things happen and get the job done.
Final question. Go ahead.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. This is for either Max or John. You guys were talking about putting an end to speculation, but in the way that silly season works and so forth. And I'll admit I'll probably be the first person at the media day at Daytona next year to ask you if Martin's new deal is done. I just wondered if, I mean, is it your objective to hopefully sooner rather than later have something more extensive done?
Yeah, I think that all of us are committed to making the entire company better, and we look each other in the eye. We're honest with one another about what we can do to support each other and trying to build something great. Someone said, can you and John rest? And I said probably for about 3 days, and then it's on to the next issue, but it's been sooner than that. We have ongoing dialogue, and one of the things that I really enjoy about our relationship, the three of us, is that we talk constantly, and we're pretty brutally honest about what we need to do to get better as individuals, as managers, as an athlete, and as an organization. So that's our intent. What we wanted to do is get especially the speculation for 2009 out of the way so we can concentrate on finishing this year and getting ready for next year. But I fully do anticipate the questions starting to come again.
Okay, guys, congratulations. It's good news out of your all's organization, and we wish you all nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we have a special announcement coming up from the track, Watkins Glen International, and